This is WCIU-TV, Channel 26 in Chicago, and W55AS, Channel 55 in Milwaukee.
Good afternoon. We're going to talk about something real unique today. Those of you out there who are frustrated piano players who, like myself, took lessons when you were very small and have always been told that as you get older, it's almost impossible to learn how to really play the piano. It's too late. That is not necessarily true. There is a method that was developed by my guest today, a gentleman by the name of Michel Sogny. He is a French concert pianist and the founder and director of, as we would say in this country, the Michel Sogny Center. Joining him, and we will hear her play in a moment, is Michèle Paris. She is a very gifted student who will join Mr. Sogny here in Chicago for a recital this evening. And I want you to check this carefully. This young lady started to learn under this method when she was 25 years old. And just a sample of what can happen under this method. Maybe I can learn how to play one day. Ladies and gentlemen, Michèle Paris. Well, if she can, maybe you can too. When we come back, we'll talk about the method and how it's done. And as a matter of fact, there's a center here in Chicago. You'll find it all very interesting right after these messages. Good afternoon. Once again, my guest, Michel Sogny and Michèle Paris. And the difference is, in French, that only the spelling is different. One spelling is
Michel,
right, for man, and
Michel.
for
And
man,
Michel.
one for women, and Michelle.
Yes.
This method, which you are responsible for, works obviously for some people. Why did you determine that you could do this? As psychology is tied into it.
Yes, I realized that the way of teaching music, in fact, did not change since the 18th century. And this traditional way of teaching music was, in fact, successful only for 3 or 4% of people, of pupils. That means that only gifted people could realize and could be successful in this kind of teaching. And it's why I had the idea to conceive another way, quite different, who could be independent of human ability, of human gift, in fact. So, a way of teaching where you don't need to be gifted absolutely to be successful. And that's why I have changed everything, and I try to bring something very new in the way of teaching music. First, psychological relation between the teacher and the pupil, which has been completely changed.
Is that the basis of it, the relationship between
yes,
the
it's
teacher
one of the bases, which is very important. And also, I have composed quite a lot of studies, which are the support of my teaching, and which are progressive studies, which can be make comfortable the pupils from the beginning of the studies to the end. And through these studies, the pupils can improve also the joy of playing music, because never you have the impression to do boring exercises or to practice scales days and days, but you can improve the pleasure of making music at the first step of your training.
You know,
this is very important.
That's one of the things that all of us who took piano lessons hated, the idea of playing those scales in and out every day. I mean, that was my concept
Yes.
of learning how to play the piano. Now, Michelle, what was that you played at the beginning of this show? What did you play?
Well, I played the etudes of Michel Sogny. They were easier than this etude that I played, but I learned all the etudes so that I could follow this progression very happy, because I didn't have the impression I would not succeed to do it.
Now, you were 25 when you, I mean, were you a musician of any kind before?
No, I didn't know anything about music when I was 26.
And when she came to see me, she did not find me at once. She had three experiences with other teachers, and she was told, you are not gifted. It's too late for you to study piano. And when she came to see me, she asked me, do you think I am gifted or not? And my answer was, that does not matter. My teaching is conceived that you can do your best. If you are gifted or not gifted, will not be the question anymore.
Now, how long ago was that? How long have you been playing?
Well, I was 27 when I met Michel Sogny. Now I am 36.
And she gave her first concert in Paris, in the theater of Champs-Élysées, after 4 years of my teaching. And she was, that was the beginning of the story, very interesting story.
I should mention, too, that you were in New York not too long ago at the United Nations, and a concert and a presentation of this method, which is used a lot in Europe.
Yes,
but
it's very successful.
Not as much in this country. The city of Chicago, there's a center here. Right?
There's a center here,
and
in New York also,
right.
and Washington. I am very happy that my teaching reached now United States, and I hope it will contribute to develop the love of music in everybody.
What, in your experience, what's the oldest student you ever had?
I think it was 85.
Just starting.
Just starting.
How, I mean, did that person learn how to play?
Yes, quite well, and it's one of my older students. He's, I think, 88 now, and I think it's very important for his life to improve this happiness of music.
You know, Michel, when you perform and people ask you about when you learned how to play and the method, I know there are a lot of people that probably can't believe that just that short period of time ago till now, and you are a concert pianist and you play that well. I mean, most people would say, you're fooling me, you must have had some lessons, or you must have been a musician, or you must have been, but you weren't.
No, I didn't. I was not even able to read a music text. And when I met Michel Sogny, I didn't know how to put my hands on the keyboard.
You know what they say, and this is what makes it so unusual. It is always said that as children, our minds are open and we can learn very easily. But as we get to be adults, you know, we learn certain habits and it's hard to learn new
yes,
things.
But it's quite different. The adults can learn quicker if they can find a teaching which is specially adapted to their abilities.
Okay, we're just about out of time. Let me mention that there will be a concert tonight at the University Club of Chicago, which is located at 76 East Monroe, and I think it's at, what, 7?
At 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock tonight, and you will both play?
Yes,
you will
play, and I will present the method.
Fantastic. Thanks for being on today.
Thanks to you.
Thank you very much.
I could learn, right?
Of course.
Okay, of course, right? Thanks for being my guest. Once again, Michel Sogny, who is a French concert pianist, founder and director of the Michel Sogny Center, and Michèle Paris, who is a very gifted pianist who plays very well. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much.
I'm Richard Steele. This is Chicago Today. Steve Leving is next with Today's Racing. Thanks for watching, and have a good afternoon.